What's good? It's your boy Delz. Welcome to today's edition of the DJ Delz podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure, please, to subscribe. Also, rate and comment the podcast. It helps a lot. And tell a friend if you enjoyed this episode. First, we're going to speak about a few topics. Then I will do some Q&A. First thing I want to speak about is this heat that Kanye West is beginning to get a little bit. I'm seeing on social media. People are beginning to give him a little bit of heat on the fact that him and Adidas are releasing kid shoes, toddler shoes, for about $100 they're retailing for. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that's that much money for his shoes. For toddler shoes in general, of course, it's a lot of money. But his shoes in general for men is a lot of money. So why wouldn't the toddler shoes be a lot of money also? You look at Jeremy Scott when he put out shoes with Adidas, they were a lot of money. They were way over $100. So I don't see what's the issue with Kanye West releasing his toddler shoe, his Yeezy 350 toddler shoe for an expensive price. I don't see what's the problem, you know. It's a luxury shoe. It's not like, going to pay less, which there's no problem with that, At the end of the day, they're just shoes. And, some of us love them more than others. But he's Kanye West. He's a multi-platinum artist, very successful in fashion, and probably other shit that I'm not thinking of off the top. But, I don't see what the issue is. I think sometimes people are looking to complain about Kanye and even Adidas. There's nothing to complain about with that as far as my concern. You got a shoe that retails for, I forgot how much the Yeezy 350 goes for as far as the men's sizes, but let's say it retails for $200. The toddler shoe being about $100, to me, it just makes sense, They're not going to sell it for $60, $70 when the men's size costs so much. Look at, for instance, Jordans. Toddler Jordans are expensive. It's like $70 for a pair of toddler Jordans. So what's the deal, man? You guys ain't going at Jordan brand like that, so I don't understand why people are going at Kanye. It's crazy. People are always looking to, slander that man. Sometimes he deserves it a little bit. He wilds out a little bit, but in this case, I just see it brewing on social media, and I wanted to speak about it before the shoe releases. Next, I want to speak about the NMD that Adidas released. They had like an NMD day, and they released tons of colorways. Pretty sure it was about 18 or 19 altogether. Some were exclusive to some stores. Like I know Champs got an exclusive colorway. I just want to know, do you guys think that this is just a fad, or this is going to be like an all-time classic with Adidas and this NMD model? Let me know, whether you leave a comment here, wherever you're listening, or just hit me up on social media at DJ Delz. Me personally, I think the shoe will always be around, but I think as far as it like reselling and it flying off the shelves online, at least, I see them out there in the malls still. But I think it's kind of a fad. But the shoe is dope. Like, I definitely don't think it's like a whack pair of kicks. But as far as it just flying off the shelves, I don't think it's always going to be like that. It seems like, as time goes on and Adidas starts putting out more and more pairs, it will be more or less a fad because of how many colorways they're putting out. I think that's what kills a lot of shoes as far as their value. When they release so many at a time in different colorways. For example, like what you see, like what Nike did with the LeBron series. Like before, LeBron had, 20, 30 colorways. I'm sure it was less than 30, but you guys know what I mean. Like in the beginning, you had like 5, 6, 7 colorways. And then before you know it, there's like 20 colorways, just like the KD. So I think that's kind of what's going to happen with the NMDs. With all these different colorways, you'll catch like 1 or 2 that's rare and worth a lot of money. But for the most part, like all these ones are hitting all the general retailers. I don't think they're going to hold weight as far as in the resale market as time goes on. For the most part, most of them. But there'll be, probably here and there some colorways that will be rare. Just like the LeBrons, except not anymore, like the 13s. I don't think there was any one sneaker from the 13th model, even the 12th model, that was like really desirable where it's worth a lot of money now that I know of. I may be missing a shoe, like, there may be some kind of PE that's super rare and people want or something like that, but for the most part, I don't think anyone was like highly desiring any colorway of the LeBron for the past couple of years, or the KD. Definitely not the KD. The KD was a complete flop last year. Next, we're going to speak about Star Wars Rogue One. I've said some negative stuff in the past from that teaser first trailer. That was like a teaser of the first trailer that finally came out. I didn't like it. I thought it was looking kind of lame. This new trailer looked pretty damn good, I will say. So my whole vibe on Rogue One went from me really not giving a shit about it to actually excited to see it. I still see some things that bother me, like seeing that dude hitting all them stormtroopers with a stick. I just think it looks so stupid. I hate seeing dumb stuff like that. Like, it's like as bad as seeing like Ewoks hitting the stormtroopers in Jedi, even though I love that movie. But I will give the movie a chance. They delivered a pretty good trailer, so I will give this movie a chance. Versus before, I was like, this movie looks really dumb. I like that new droid they have in the movie too. He seems like a real character, and I'm curious to see who is in that TIE fighter when it goes up as the principal actress is walking and she looks like she's hurt and you see the TIE fighter go up. I'm wondering if there's like a principal character in there, like a Darth Vader or something. I just feel like there is someone like that in there. It was cool seeing Darth Vader at the end, but one thing that I thought was, please don't say this is going to be like episode 7 where, we're going to barely see Darth Vader in the movie. Like, it's going to be like when we saw Luke for like literally, I don't know, a minute or two. We'll see. But I actually am a little excited now to see the movie. And there's rumors that Sheamus is actually playing Vader in the movie. He's actually inside the Vader costume, the wrestler Sheamus. Been hearing that for a year or two now. It's just something that I heard. This is not a fact. This is just a rumor. And speaking of wrestling, a lot of people want me to speak about my predictions for SummerSlam. First of all, SummerSlam, I am totally not into this year. I don't think it's that great. I just am not that excited about it. The first match, you have Sheamus versus Cesaro, and this is going to be like a best out of 7, I think. I would give this match to Sheamus. Next, we got The Miz versus Apollo Crews. I'll say The Miz, but that would be awesome if Apollo Crews won. I actually find The Miz really entertaining. I think a lot of people really dislike him, but I think he does a good job, man. My kids are entertained when they watch him. I think he's kind of funny, in a corny way. You have Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. I'm going to say that Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens is going to win. I'm sure it's going to be really entertaining. Enzo and Big Cass are in New York. They're going to cut some crazy promo. It's going to be really funny. They'll be really over. But I have a funny feeling Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens will win. Even though they're going to be in New York, I still think they're going to win. And next we got The New Day versus Gallo and Anderson. And I'm pretty sure it's without Big E. I could see Big E showing up, definitely. And as far as who's going to win, I want to say New Day, but I have a funny feeling that Gallows and Anderson may win this. I just have a feeling they're gonna. I want the New Day to win, but I just have this feeling that Gallows and Anderson is gonna win. And they're getting kind of over too right now with that whole doctor gimmick. They're getting kind of entertaining, good for them. Next we got Sasha Banks versus Charlotte. Charlotte better not win it. We gotta keep Sasha with that, man. Come on. And then we got Rusev versus Roman Reigns. There's no way Roman Reigns is losing. No way he is losing. I want Rusev to remain the champion, but I think the whole thing is that WWE wants to have the whole Shield with belts. they want to have the whole Shield as champions. So they want to have Dean Ambrose with a belt. They want to have Seth Rollins with a belt. And then they're going to have Roman Reigns with a belt. So I basically gave my predictions on a bunch of matches right there. I definitely think that Roman Reigns is going to win, even though I would like Rusev to win. And then when it comes down to Dean Ambrose versus Dolph Ziggler, I think that Dean Ambrose is going to win. And with the Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton match, I think that Randy Orton is going to do it, man. I really think he's going to, especially with all that stuff that went on with the drug testing and all that with Brock and UFC. I think that he's going to have to pay a little bit of dues now with, not even getting suspended or anything. He's going to put over Randy Orton. So I'm going to say Randy Orton. I know some people are going to think I'm crazy. We'll see, though. I think that Randy Orton's going to do it. They keep saying one RKO, one RKO. If he hits him with that RKO and he gets back up, that's going to be whack. We'll see. I'm curious to see about that one. AJ Styles versus John Cena. I think it's going to be John Cena, unfortunately. I think AJ Styles is doing great in WWE. He's one of the people that I actually enjoy watching. There's very few people I enjoy watching, and he's one of them that I actually really like to watch. But I have a feeling that John Cena will win, because John Cena always wins. How is John Cena going to lose at SummerSlam? That's just how it goes down. John Cena's the face of the company. But if he puts over AJ Styles at SummerSlam, that would be really dope. Next, we got Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins. And in my opinion, as I said, Seth Rollins is winning that belt. There's no way Finn Balor is going to win. And if he does, I think that's a big mistake. He's not ready for all that. Half of the people in the audience don't even know who he is. I know some people that watch NXT are going to be like, are you crazy? You must be out of your mind. Not everyone watches NXT. It's a lot of wrestling to watch. I barely have time to watch SmackDown. There's already so much wrestling on TV. Especially lately, too, because TNA's been really great lately. Impact with Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero. It's the best. It's way better than WWE right now, in my opinion. I know some people are going to be like, are you crazy? But yes, maybe I am. Maybe I'm broken Delz. I definitely think that TNA Impact is really great. They got Damian Sandow now over there. It's really good. I definitely suggest watching if you haven't yet. And that's my predictions. To close it out, Seth Rollins will be the first WWE Universal Champion. Let me know who you think is going to win. Tweet me, leave your comments. My social media will be in the description box wherever you're listening to this, wherever you're watching this. And thank you for checking it out. Definitely. And now we're going to do some Q&A. First question I got. How many shoes do I own? I am going to reveal that really soon on YouTube, so make sure to just stay tuned. And when you watch my videos, please share them. It's very important you share them and hit the like button, that thumbs up. YouTube is really messing with me lately. They're not letting people know when my videos come up all the time. I'm putting daily content. People are also losing interest in sneakers. So, share my videos. Let people that are into sneakers know about my show. There's not enough people that know about it, and I want the show to grow. So please do so, and I will be doing a video for you guys counting every single pair of shoes I own. It's going to be really entertaining. Next we got from A+, A-Rabby writes, I know you catch those Pokemons. What team are you? Oh, I'm Team Valor. Let me know who you rocking with. You down with Mystic? Who you with? I love playing that stupid Pokemon game. It's fun. I enjoy it. I don't even know why I call it stupid. You know why I call it stupid? Because people around me that don't get it call it stupid. So I'm calling it stupid right now when I shouldn't. So screw them, man. That think it's stupid. I enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. What was I even thinking to call it stupid, man? Screw what other people think. It's all about what we like. As long as it ain't hurting no one else around us and we're having fun, that's what it's all about, right? Next question we got, what is 5 shoes you fell victim from on the hype train that you regret buying now? None. I never bought a shoe that I regret getting, Brian. I never have, Every time I get a shoe, it's a sneaker I want. If I Any question on buying it, like if I'm ever questionable on buying it, I don't buy it. It's as simple as that. Like, you know, only time there's an issue with a pair of sneakers with me is if they don't fit me. Like, then there's an issue. But as far as the style, like the way it looks, I never buy a shoe and I'm like, why did I buy this? Like, I know what I'm getting, you know? So, when I didn't have money like I have now where I could always buy sneakers, I was so picky that, like, I made sure, like, the sneaker was, like, perfection, you know what I mean? I didn't just, like, rapidly buy shoes, like, so, like, I kind of know what I'm getting, you know what I mean? Just by looking at photos or when I'm holding the sneaker in the store, you know? I work hard for my money, man. I respect my dollar, and everyone else that's listening should too. Next, we got a question from S. Ross 13. Are the Space Jams gonna be worth the hype? And is it gonna be worth it to cop? The bread ones, the black toe ones also coming out. I mean, worth it, it's up to you if it's worth it. Sanchez writes, opinion on Adidas slowly coming back up top. I don't mean with the Yeezy hype, but with the boost and bounce. Also, do you think Nike regrets passing on Boost technology? Of course they would regret that. I mean, come on. And with Adidas, they're killing it right now. Yeah, they're killing it. Thuggist writes, are you into lace swaps? Yes, I am sometimes, but not as much as I used to be. Let's say like 5 years ago, I used to be like really crazy about lace swaps. I always like doing that just to make the shoe like stand out different. But lately, I've just been, you know, pulling them out of the box and rocking them and not doing the lace swap. I did wear recently a pair of those Hornet LeBron 9s, and I switched out the laces. I put that turquoise color. It looked kind of cool, but besides that, you know, unless like I feel like it could really make the sneaker look way better, then I really don't do it. For example, a sneaker that looks way better, though, with a lace swap is those infrared black and white Air Jordan 3s. I think that like it's a must that you lace swap those white laces for the black laces. It just looks way, way better. That infrared 23 sneaker, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're into sneakers, Thuggist definitely does. I know he loves his J's, man. Salute to that dude, man. Billy Bob 200 writes, what's poppin', Delz? My question is, what's your favorite release this year so far? And what are you looking forward to the most? Keep up the good work. Love the show. Thank you, man. There's so many sneakers that released this year. I gotta like really think about that question. So be on the lookout for my end of the year vid where I show my favorite sneaker. Next we got from Straight Up. He writes, opinion on the wool 3s. I'm not really crazy about this whole wool thing they're doing. I gotta see him in person first before I judge. I really gotta see him in person. Jumpman95 writes, what's my thoughts on the Michigan Air Jordan PE leaked images? I think you're talking about the two lows. I like that Michigan colorway. So if it's on any retro sneaker, I'm gonna dig it. Next we got from Eric. He writes, thoughts on haters. They're there because they're your biggest fan. Most of them are hating because they want to be like you deep down inside. So that's why they're hating. Because if you don't like someone, you're really not going to pay attention to them. Like, if I don't like someone, I don't pay attention to them. I don't know what they're doing. I have no clue what they're doing. So if I know what someone's always doing and I'm constantly hating on that person, obviously I'm a fan of that person deep down inside because I'm always obsessed with them. I'm always talking about them. Fuck the haters at the end of the day. But you know, if people don't hate on you, they say you're not doing good. So, you know, it's good to have haters out there. But just always keep that in mind. When haters are always talking about you, they love you deep down inside. They're just jealous people, you know, weak-minded, jealous people. So instead of being a supporter, they talking shit about you all the time. For example, when I post my videos on YouTube, sometimes I get a thumbs down before I even get a thumbs up. Like, you know, where you could hit the thumbs up or hit the thumbs down if you like the video or not. If you hit the thumbs down as soon as I post the video all the time, that means you're always checking the video. You're still watching it. It doesn't matter if you hit the thumbs down button. You still watch the video. It's still a view. So, you know, if you don't like someone, you're not going to watch the video. It's a perfect example of that whole BS. Next we got from Bone. He writes, If you could choose between the True Blue 3s and the Space Jam 11s, what would it be? Probably the 11s, to be honest with you, on those two colorways. Next, we got from Lewis the 13th. He writes, should Under Armour scrap this year's model of Curry's? No, absolutely not. Listen, people are just hating. That's what the internet's all about. Everyone loves Steph Curry. People are buying his shoe. They're selling sneakers, man. They making money. Trust me. Under Armour's selling sneakers. I see a lot of young heads out there. They are wearing Steph Curry sneakers, man. Next we got from Theodore. He writes, what's my favorite 2016 Olympic-inspired release? I would say, as far as new sneakers, new models, the Kyrie's. I would say the Kyrie 2s. And as far as the releases for 2016, I would say the Air Up-Tempo Moors. Next we got from the homie, Say It With Your Kicks. He writes, what do I think about Nike making the Nike LeBron Soldier a championship sneaker? I think it was appropriate, and I like the idea because that's the shoe he wore. I just don't like the idea that they made it limited. Like, if you're going to make it a Nike ID thing where you bought it on Nike ID, it was exactly like it, but you can still customize it. Let people live a little bit. Let a damn person be able to buy the shoe. Holy shit, they made them so limited. Like, if you didn't cop them within a couple of hours, like, you're finished. You weren't getting it. And my last question is from Lewis, Film Critic. He writes, did you see Suicide Squad? I was gonna see it, but I've been kind of busy. And when I had time, I had a few people that have pretty good taste in movies tell me the movie kind of sucked. Wait till it comes out on Redbox or whatever. I'm like, DC to me just doesn't do it right, man. I'm not gonna say the movie's whack. I haven't seen it yet, but like, everything DC has put out lately, like, I do not like. Like, especially, like, that Batman versus Superman. That was hot garbage to me. Like, terrible. So, I'm, like, so whatever about this one coming out. And that's all the Q&A I got for today. If I missed your question, I apologize. Just try again. Follow my Instagram. Follow my social media, because I always announce when I'm going to do Q&A, where you can leave your comments, your questions. I hope you guys enjoyed today's show. Please, once again, make sure to leave your comments, rate, subscribe. It really helps out a lot. The more I see that, the more I will continue to try to give you guys more of a tight schedule where I'm actually putting these out more often, all right? And if you have suggestions, topics, hit me up on my social media. Thanks again for tuning in. Everyone be great out there. And with that said, we out.